What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the first matchup of the week for the Call of Duty League Stage 3 Week 2. This is going to be the matchup between the New York Subliners and the London Royal Ravens. This is going to be a very interesting game. The game odds aren't up for this matchup on Bovada for some reason. I am not exactly sure why, but I will be, regardless of that, still be breaking down this game, who I think is going to win, who I think the best plays are. And based on this game that we're watching right here on the screen, which was New York Subliners' previous game against FaZe, as you can see, both teams were 2-2 on game count, round 11 on the last round of the search and destroy, and it came down to this play right here. And New York Subliners, as you can see, they pulled it off, and they beat FaZe in a very, very, very close series. 3-2, came down to the wire, round 11. This was a pretty interesting game. I called a 3-0 from Atlanta FaZe, but as you can see here, I was sorely mistaken. New York Subliners just came out and just, big upset against the Atlanta FaZe, and it was just incredible to watch. Unexpected, because New York Subliners were coming off of an off game. Previous to that, they got 3-0'd by the Los Angeles Thieves. So I did not think they were going to do this. They got this new player right here, Hydra. He's a new player who I think is actually the best play on the slate right now, because he's 6,600 for the flex position, and he was going off the first game of this series. So I do think this guy is nasty, and if he could do that against Atlanta FaZe, I think the kid's gonna be a really good player in the league. And he's only at 6,600 right now. We've seen a trend where most rookies who join the league have an amazing first game, and then dip after that. But Hydra wasn't in the Draftkings slate the last game, but he will be in this one. I do think he's one of the key value plays here. I think that Clayster is also undervalued at the flex position at 7,800. I do feel like Clayster and Hydra are the best in this position right here. Either Clayster, Hydra, or Mac. I think Asim is too expensive right now at 9,400. I think his teammates are in a better position. Granted that they are favored. They're probably going to be favored to win against the London Royal Ravens, who haven't won a game in a minute. They made another switch in the roster. Again, they switched out Shawnee for Dylan, who was a player for them, this season, but they were moving around players, seeing what worked. And Dylan and Zed have a very good chemistry, so I do think that London Royal Ravens are gonna step it up. I don't think the London Royal Ravens are going to win this matchup. They might 3-2, or they might lose a 3-2. I think it's going to be a close series. I think this is the best London Royal Ravens is gonna get this season, and yeah, I really do think that New York Subliners are probably gonna win a 3-1 or a 3-2. As you can see here, New York Subliners put in the work. They won the hard point, the first one in Garrison, which was pretty rare. They lost the Express, they lost the Control. It looked like it was going to be a 3-1, but they came back. They won the Apocalypse, and they won the Raid S&D. So, we know what the New York Subliners look like when they're on it. And if they can keep this momentum going, they're definitely going to beat the London Royal Ravens. And I do hope that Hydra and Clayster go off, because they're both at very good prices. Whenever we see Clayster this low of a price, which is pretty rare actually, he usually goes off. Yeah, I can't remember the last time Clayster was this cheap. The cheapest he's ever been was the previous game, where he was at 8,000 and he posted 119 fantasy points, and he dropped 96 kills. So he was going off. If he can keep that going against this team, he's going to be a very good pick. So yeah, on the London Royal Ravens side, I would say maybe Paul X if this goes to the wire. But I'm really gonna stay away from London Royal Ravens, just because I think New York Subliners is gonna win, and I do feel like Clayster and Hydra are in a good position here. But yes, I would take from this game, I would take Clayster, Hydra, or Paulex. And somewhere, if I want to be contrarian, I would probably take Zed at 7,200. But other than that, I wouldn't touch the London Royal Ravens other than Paul X if you want to be contrarian. Yeah, with that being said, I do believe this is going to be a 3-2 victory on the New York Subliners part. And yeah, this is my thoughts on this game. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a dislike. If you don't like it, leave a comment, you know, to give some input if you feel like it. And yeah, I will be making the video for the next game after this, and it's going to be going up on Thursday as well. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching.